Hello everyone, this is Jim from Just Push Play, Ottawa's video game web show, and today we're at the Meeple's Republic event, going over the Interstellar Mayhem board game that's got a pre-release event here today. And today I'm quite fortunate to be with the creator of the game. Just let him say hello.
Hi, I'm Alexander Ommer. Hi out there. Just a little groggy from the whole event. So yeah.
Oh, so excellent. So what caused you to make this board game? We covered it in brief earlier, but we can sort of go over again.
So actually I was angry at another board game and I decided to build my own board game. I just uploaded it to the internet, and then my friends were like, "Hey, you cannot do this. You have to. It's so good. Make a game out of it." And I was like, "Okay, but you guys gonna help me?" And then some friendships broke, and no, they're all fine. And the result is like me being in Canada right now and promoting my game Interstellar Mayhem. And I think it was a quite good event today. Like over 50 people came to see and play the game. We had a brilliant tournament, which was a very, very good idea from the Meeple's Republic. Yeah, so thanks to them. And what do you want to know?
Yes. So, and you also said, that you did software initially and then moved over to board games, and we sort of covered that a bit, the differences. So if you want to start with software and what software you've worked on. So
okay, so I'm a computer game designer, and I worked on, I think so, must be about 25 titles, and so I'm in the biz since 2003, and I've designed a lot good, a lot bad, and some in the middle. So, typical designer. And the differences between board game and computer games is definitely how you sell it. Like a computer game, you do a lot about blogs and stuff, and then it just sells by itself because people who like it, they talk about it. And you don't have to have like a storage room or something. You just have it online. People can buy it and download it. And with a board game, it's different. You have to be on a lot of events, meeting people, shaking hands, playing with them. You get a lot of happy faces by that. And it's much more personal experience than with a computer game. But you also have to have like a storage room where you have all the games. You have to find someone who manufactures the games. You have to translate it in every language and print the game again. So there's a lot more to do with a board game. And frankly, it's not a computer game always makes more money than a board game. So for all you designers out there starting your own board game, don't get overconfident. It's a hard way.
Okay, and you sort of said that you started being around computers at a young age. If you just sort of go over that for us, please.
So I was happy that my parents, they had like very, very early data technology. They were in Germany. They built a system where you could, it was the first time that you could take your data from one system to the other and still use it, and not just print everything out and retype it. That was a common way at this time. And my parents, they had a bunch of programmers there and built up their own company, but they never were much into computers. They just sold them like you would like sell a heater or something, because they didn't know how they actually worked. They were good salesmen, but they didn't know how they worked. And so it came that I always got like the new technology and stuff. They brought it home and didn't know what to do with it. And I was just sitting there, and then like an old Texas Instruments computer, which was like 17 kilograms. It was a laptop. And I learned BASIC, because there was a book of BASIC with it, and I was like 10 years old and just started to read all that stuff, and it really amazed me. I got totally into programming. I learned BASIC. I learned assembler. I learned C, I learned Turbo Pascal, I learned you name it. I just learned a lot of different languages nobody has ever heard of. And that's it just kept me close to all this, and I loved gaming. When I got my Commodore 64, that was one of the happiest days of my life. I just learned another world, and then afterwards, after playing for years with the Commodore and programming it, I learned the Amiga. Afterwards, the PC. Did the first multiplayer games on it, and that's what kept me always connected to gaming and stuff. And then I decided to become a programmer. I studied at the university, and we had to do going out and doing an internship for the study. And I was in a small software games company close to Dortmund. And they wanted me as an intern, so I started as a little level designer, game tester, and then made my way up to experienced senior level designer, lead level designer, senior game designer, and then lead game designer. So after 3 years, I had 20 people working under me. It was quite nice because from going there and being still in my study in my studying IT, and then going directly into the computer games industry was always a dream, and so it happened. And in 2003 and 2006, I left the company and made my own company and built up indie games. We did a lot of contests for Microsoft for the Xbox. We made a game called Megalopolis for the Xbox indie market. We were on the top 6 games for competition worldwide. So that was quite good. And pardon?
That's impressive.
Okay, thank you.
Might be losing my voice too. Not sure.
And we did a couple of games. I made last year. I made a game for the iPad, which is called Galaxy Taxi, which is just from the old Space Taxi, like a remake with a little more physics and stuff going on. And I'm quite proud of that one because I made it all by myself. So I did the graphics, I did the sound, I did the music, I did the programming, I did the marketing. So I'm quite proud of it. But some hard lessons learned in the iPad market or the iOS market is you build this wonderful game, you polish it, and then how I say it, you have this game is like a pebble, like a very, very polished pebble, and then you go there and there's this river of shit that's flowing down, and there's so many bad stuff on there, and you take your pebble, throw it in that river, and hope that it swims. And naturally it doesn't, because every week last year, that was the dates of last year, every week 600 games for the iPad alone come out. Mm-hmm. So you have in a month you have 2,400 competitioners who go on the same market than you, and that's really, really hard to do. So that's some lessons learned there. Mm-hmm. And now we're doing from the board game I developed, the Interstellar Mayhem. Mm-hmm. We're doing a computer version, a PC version, iPad, an iOS version, maybe some Android version. We just have to look. But first, it comes out on Steam this year.
Oh, okay.
We want to put it on Steam Greenlight and see how people like board games on the Steam Greenlight.
Okay.
And it's done by Zombie Food. This is a company based in Berlin, and they're doing all the programming and stuff. And I'm just very relaxed designing that, just telling them what I like and what I don't like, and they're doing a lot of good work there.
Okay.
Well, any games that you've played, since you've played so many games as you've told me earlier, what games do really stand out as good games that were very well designed. I know there's so many great games in the past, but sort of your favorites. I had the opportunity to interview Ernest Adams, and it was such a pleasant experience. So, and he's sort of a design consultant. So, I was just sort of interested in knowing what games you thought were designed very well, or what games really stand out for you. Maybe Portal 2, since you have the mug, but yeah, right there. So I'd just love to know what games you think were very well designed. I mean,
so what I think from older games, I would definitely say Archon, or I don't know if it's pronounced like that. Archon, and which is basically a fantasy chess game where you have like action fights going on. I love the game. I played it like until my hands were bleeding, and no, literally. And I think this game still needs a really good like a transition to the new age of computer games. There have been several tries, but none of them was good enough. And I have my ideas of my own about that, so I'm still interested in that. Other games I really enjoyed was Skyrim. I really loved it because it hooked me just like the first minute I played it, and everything, there was something going on, and I could do a lot of stuff. Yeah, what games? There's so many games. Games that were my early days of gaming. There would be Pirates, of course, or like I think I like a lot of open world gaming because I like to make up my own stories when I go in a game, build my own character, just do what I feel like, and just have the impression of like living in an alternate reality, and just losing myself there and playing a little. I think that's something to do, like as a child you play a lot, and it's always like fantasy in your head and a lot going on there. And I think that's what I like about open world games now. So basically any good open world game, be it GTA or Red Dead Redemption or the new GTA 5, I cannot wait. Yeah, so I think games like that, or all the Elder Scrolls games. I played the first one, like Arena, and then Daggerfall, and then Morrowind, and all that. And I really loved them. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. What advice do you have for, say, someone either in Ottawa or I guess anywhere getting into the industry, sort of, I guess, working your way up, or what would you suggest?
Basically, I would say there are two ways. The one way is like working your way up, like going in there, being a tester, making really good suggestions and standing out. You have to work harder than everybody else, because everybody who's going there as a tester is he's a wannabe game designer. Right. So you have to stand out. You have to have clever ideas. You have to help the team out, and I think. Just talk to people at fairs, like game conventions and stuff. Go to the companies. Maybe they're hiring. Maybe they're looking for an internship. Maybe they're looking for an inexperienced game designer or whatever, or a programmer, and just want to bring you into the team. Or best, you know somebody in the business, and he brings you in because he knows stuff you're doing is good. And that's another point. My experience in the computer games industry is not so much what grades you have and what school you went to. Yeah, and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. Yeah. What you have to show is like what cool stuff did you do. What did you program? I ran a Neverwinter Nights server. Neverwinter Nights is a good game, by the way. And I ran a server for 3 years where I had a persistent world, and it was a lot of programming there, and I had a lot of community stuff to do. And that's things you can basically show. You can show in the games industry. You can show I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. I programmed that little game, even if it's not finished. But people. If they're looking at you, they want to know, is that guy any good material? Because so many people want to come in the games industry, and you have to really stand out with things you do.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe a good imagination, a lot of creativity. We don't have a ton of time, unfortunately, because the camera's going to go soon. But maybe we'll end it on. You were telling me about your experience playing pirates when you were younger.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe we'll end it with that joke, and if you want to talk to me some other time, because that was totally my mistake. So yeah, if you want to end it on that joke, because we have about 2 minutes.
Tell you the story I told you before. On my Commodore 64, I played pirates a lot, and I played it long in the nights, and it got cold, and my feet got cold and stuff. And the Commodore 64, it has nice transformator for the power. And I put it down on the ground, and I just warmed my feet on it. So I got my blood flow was going on again, and I really liked that about that computer. It was just like a personal experience to it. So
that's such a great story. But yeah, if you want a future interview, unfortunately, yes, the camera can only do so much. So
here in September.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, if you want to follow up, but for sure, I will Interstellar Mayhem. Everyone should remember it. Everyone should try it. And definitely, it looked like a lot of fun today. And we shot a lot of footage with Just Push Play. So we'll try and promote as much as we can with our channel. So I really appreciate you taking the time to have an interview with me. The battery's going to go anytime now, unfortunately. So this is Jim from Just Push Play. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate it. So take care, and everyone keep on gaming. Bye.